Boys and girls, hey, are you liking this series, the Buckeye Wars? Please, can't even talk. Please subscribe. I have loads of stories about my childhood because inside my head, I'm still 12. All of those memories come percolating up through my cranium and just, I gotta tell stories, get them out of my head. Anyway, our next chapter. My grandmother and grandfather lived out in Illinois, and we've lived in California most of my life. And Grandma come to visit during Christmas one year. Absolutely fabulous. Oh, it's so nice to see Grandma. Now, she was a farm girl, and she would tell stories about how when she was a little girl, they would sell apples. They would pick a bushel of apples and they'd set up a stand roadside and sell apples. And she told the most wonderful stories. And she had my little brother, who's 4 years younger than me, and I just a hopping, wanting to figure out something we could do to make a little money, because that sounded quite appealing to us. And she said, "Bobby, you know that you have mistletoe everywhere here in DORADO Hills. You ought to get you some mistletoe and put it in little baggies and tie it up with a red bow. People would buy that." And my brother and I are like, "Oh my God, we could do that." Because we love to climb trees, and getting a bunch of mistletoe would be easy peasy. So me and my buddy, we went up into the hills and we found a tree that was just loaded with mistletoe. And we knocked down a big bunch of it and we brought it on home, and Grandma helped us bag it into little Ziplocs and then tie it up with a bow, a little red bow that you would wrap a present with. And we stuck all of that into a cardboard box. And we had probably 3 or 4 other friends with us. And we went door to door selling mistletoe. Now, we didn't want to all bunch up because we all wanted our fair share of that coin. So each of us would grab a handful, maybe 5 or 6 little bundles, and we would head and go knock on doors. Now, for me, it was one of the scariest experiences of my life because I had never gone knocking door to door, and there were strangers up in there. And this lady, you know how some women, they shave their eyebrows and they don't have any eyebrows and they pencil it in, or they do something, I'm not even sure how to do it, but they draw on their eyebrows and it looks beautiful when they're done. But this lady, she was probably, I don't know, 20 something. She answered the door and she was working on her makeup. She didn't have any makeup on, so no lipstick, no eyeliner, no nothing. And she didn't have any damn eyebrows. That's the first time I'd ever seen that in my life. Scared me half to death. I think I dropped my mistletoe and ran. But the little group of us selling mistletoe, we made pretty good pile of quarters. We were selling those little packages for $0.25 apiece, and by God, we did all right. Thank you, Grandma.